This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
The sole administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, retired, says he has completed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's mandate and restored the state to democracy. Here is a part of his address to the people of Rivers State. He was speaking, of course, in the state.
You will also recall that Mr. President's mandate to me on the 18th of March 2025 was to stabilize and create an enabling environment in the state to ensure the re-establishment of state institutions and to return the state back to democratic governance. Of course, which meant that we had to have a local government administration in place. And so, with the successful conduct and subsequent swearing in of the local government chairman and their councils, I want to believe that we have achieved the mandate that we were given. And so that also prepares the way for us to return the state to those who were elected to govern.
The state of emergency in Rivers has been in place since March of 2025 when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu suspended state lawmakers and the governor. Joining the conversation now is Allwell Ene, who is a journalist in Rivers. Mr. Ene, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me once again.
I guess the best place to start really is the immediate reactions to the sole administrator's comments regarding the fulfillment of the mandate.
Yeah, that was on Friday when he met with the Rivers State members of the Rivers State Electoral Commission who were at the Government House in Port Harcourt to submit the report of the election. Just concluded August 30th local government election to him. So he made that comment that he has fulfilled the mandate given to him by the president. But some persons were of the view that conducting the local government election wasn't part of the mandate given to him by the president. They said that it was, by the law establishing reset, it was the governor that was supposed to come and put that part in place. That his was to bring about the peace between the warring factions, that the governor, members of the House of Assembly, and some persons loyal to the governor and himself, to bridge that gap and bring about peace, and not to dabble into issues that concerns local government election. That was not actually part of the mandate given to him by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So that's what people were saying. But some other persons were also of the view that, well, since the local government structure at that time was annulled and dissolved by the Supreme Court, that it wouldn't be wise for the sole administrator to just leave it at that and go without ensuring that structure is redeemed and revived, as bringing back the local government structure back to place. Because according to what they're saying, if he had left it in the hands of Governor Fubara, that means there might be a repetition of what happened, because the governor wants to come and do in such a way that he would bring his people in place against what would have happened. You know how local government elections work. So they think that coming from a neutral person, that's Ibas now, conducting the election would be in the best interest of Rivers. So these are the two divides. But talking about generally speaking in Rivers State here, judging from the fact that he will be leaving anytime soon, maybe in the next 3 days, or because Thursday will be October 18th, making it 6 months when he came in as the administrator of the state. Some persons are saying, well, they never felt like I spoke with some civil servants yesterday. Now, even irrespective of the award that was given to him by some sets of the civil servants, declaring as the most friendly civil servants, people are saying that they never felt any impact,
right.
They never felt
Mr.
any
Allwell,
impact.
forgive me for interrupting you. Because of time, can you speak to us about the body language? I mean, you started to do that already, but the governance structure, body language ahead of this possible resumption, what's the preparation like? The transition and the handover from the Vice Admiral back to the elected officials?
The handover yesterday he held the Thanksgiving service at the Community Center, and with that you could see that the transition has actually begun. Because initially we were skeptical that he would leave because the House of Assembly actually is not completed. If the governor is coming back, he's bringing back the governor, then where will the House of Assembly members sit? Because as I speak to you now, that structure is yet to be completed. So when you're restoring all this, what about that? Are they going to resume at the quarters where they were before? So some people were even of the fact that he would have completed the House of Assembly. So while the governor is resuming at the government house, the House Assembly members will resume at the quarters. So that particular aspect is not completed. But I will confirm to you that the processes has begun. He has started, the pace of leaving the state by his speech yesterday, where he said he was giving admonition to the youth, giving admonition to the elders, giving admonition to the youth and to everybody. And in that speech, he specifically said that particular service, yesterday's Thanksgiving service, was to mark the return of democratic elected government. That means he is actually paving a way for his exit and to usher in elected government. So I can confirm to you that Rivers people are actually in earnest waiting for Governor Sim Fubara to return. And they've set agenda for him. They've asked him that if he's coming back, he should those things, particularly the secretariat, welfare of civil servants, and several other things that they expect him to be. Because if you watch during the 6 months of Ibas, actually nothing was done in the state. It was just promises. So the state has been 6 months backward. So they're expecting the governor to cover up for the 6 months and ensure that he leaves politics alone, and focus more on governance and development of the state. That is what the people are expecting of him.
Mr. Ene, thank you very much for your time on this conversation. Allwell Ene is a journalist in Rivers State who joined us to speak on the comments by the sole administrator of Rivers, retired Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, who says that he has completed the mandate given to him by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is expected that the state of emergency in Rivers State will be lifted and a return of Governor Fubara is expected on the 18th of September when the 6-month state of emergency concludes. You're still listening to Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos, your Beyond the News station. We urge you to stay tuned right here on Now Breakfast. The conversations continue in just a moment.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.